go out and about and do vox pops. Now, what we try and do is give members of the public a bit of a laugh, and we go with the flow. Now, I bumped into a chap called Nimrod Kamer, who actually was quite a well-known TV personality. He's written a book. Did
you totally bump into him by accident?
Well, we just walked.
Some people would say that was fate.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. We just walked around, have a bit of a laugh, and obviously Nimrod was involved because he was somebody who was one of the better people on camera, and we just went with the flow. I ended up getting a lift home on his bike and all this sort of thing. So that's coming up, by the way, at 9 o'clock. But anyway, he's the author of the Social Climber Handbook and also wants to buy the Daily Telegraph for 350 million. So Nimrod, welcome.
Thanks. Yeah. Yes, we made a bid to buy the Telegraph.
Why do you want to buy the Telegraph?
It's desperate to sell, basically. Nobody reads the Telegraph. They're a distressed asset now, officially. And we want to make it kind of a hostile, woke takeover, you may say. Me and Amar, not my money, my friend Amar Singh.
Okay.
He's an Indian royalty.
Really?
He's going to put the money, maybe others will join. But currently it's 350 million. We send them, hope it's enough. Maybe it's too much. And we want to make it into a pro-renters, pro-refugees, pro-LGBT kind of newspaper. Not as it is now. Nobody reads it right now.
Okay.
So you believe there's a gap in the market for a serious news outlet, which I think we can still say the Telegraph is, but also representing, say, younger people, representing woke people, representing people that are, say, sceptical about the royal family, who are in support of climate change, etc., etc.
Currently in the Telegraph, you have headlines like renting is largely responsibility free. They're anti-renters. So we're going to fire some of the columnists. And if they're under contract, we're going to make them as AI replacements. So we're going to keep them under contract, pay them 10%.
Yeah.
Some of the more divisive commenters. And we would say this is their comment, but AI written.
Who's the first? Who's the first person you want to fire?
We want to fire Douglas Murray. He wrote something, the left wants to abolish Britain. So
our producer loves Douglas, by the way.
Okay, but he can stay on, but just get less money and AI would write his articles. We have to save money. The Telegraph is losing money.
Well, that's what Elon Musk did, wasn't it? Fire everyone.
So why not just start your own newspaper and leave the Telegraph alone? Why not start your own newspaper that sort of represents renters and sort of woke people?
Because the Telegraph is a known brand. Jeff Bezos almost bought it. People love the logo. It looks like the New York Times, kind of. It's a broadsheet.
Yeah.
You can recognize it. But nobody reads it back to front. Maybe.
But Nimrod, what about this? What if I were to say to you, well, okay, there are some people who like the Telegraph, but those people like it because it's centre right. Now, there's nothing wrong with your plans for a media outlet. I think it's probably be successful. But don't you pay 350 million for the Telegraph and then effectively destroy it before you rebuild it, therefore destroying the value you paid 350 million
for? So you're
for?
saying there are kind of old white men who love the Telegraph?
Yes.
So they would still read it as hate reading. They would love reading all the stories we're posting about refugees, how much we love them. We need to lower inflation by filling all the jobs in this country, as many refugees as possible to fill all the jobs. Let them work. Don't pay for the hotel stay. That's going to be the editorial line.
Okay.
And all the lords or whatever, property, we're still going to write about money. We love money. We're going to write about property, lords who have big estates but can't afford to maintain them.
Sounds
so it's an
libertarian.
Airbnb. Yeah, anyway, it's a mix. It's like woke libertarian, you could say, the editorial line. But they're going to read it because they're going to despise it so much. They couldn't resist.
I see what you mean. You're going off that, like, clickbait.
I mean, to be fair, that's the main reason people watch me. So
they hate you so much.
But okay, tell us a little bit about your background, because obviously we can tell that you weren't born in the United Kingdom. How did you get to where you are? And tell us about some of the gate crashing that you've done.
I love this. I went in a rabbit hole on YouTube with you. It was fantastic.
I was born in Israel and I came to this country with a Romanian passport. Now I got my UK passport. I think you need more Romanians in TalkTV generally as correspondents.
Okay.
EU people, I am pro single market membership. And yeah, my book is about crashing parties.
But do you, and I'm going to be sensitive about this, but do you have any love for Romania? Because after all, I mean, we can all assume why you are not a Romanian speaker and you live in Israel rather than being a Romanian speaker and living in Romania.
Yeah, we need more Romanians who are not Romanian speakers. The UK has so many people who want to be here and can't speak English. Why do all Romanians speak Romanians? By the way, Andrew Tate, for example, moved to Romania.
Yeah.
He got arrested there.
He ended up in trouble there, didn't he?
They had the guts to actually prosecute him for sexual assault. And in the UK, nobody cared about his crimes, sadly. the police, I mean. So yeah, Romania is a great law-abiding country.
Okay.
He said he moved to Romania so he could have
I'm Israeli.
dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be more specific. Your family were effectively expelled from Romania, and your connection to Romania is a heritage passport. Now, by the way,
heritage, yeah.
Now, by the way, if somebody had thrown my family out and there was an opportunity to get some payback, i.e., the EU passport, I'd do it, right?
Yeah,
but
you take the passport if they offered you one.
But you can't say you've got any great love for Romania because they discriminate against your family.
Patriotic.
No, I mean, my family left because of Ceausescu. There was a dictatorship, and Israel was a democracy, still is, kind of. And yeah, and I came into the UK.
Tell us about breaking into Mar-a-Lago.
So I broke into Mar-a-Lago, the members club that Trump owns. It's like the holy grail of members club. Much difficult than Soho House. Soho House is easy to get into.
Is it?
Yeah, you just walk in backwards, basically. You moonwalk inside, so they can't see your face.
Okay.
They can't reject you if they see the back of your face at the reception. In Mar-a-Lago, I came in and I said, I owe you money from last night. I have an open bill.
Right.
So they let me in to pay the bill.
Oh, I like it.
That is so clever.
try
That
it.
is
That is
fantastic.
so
So they let you in to
clever.
play the bill and you just didn't leave.
The whole day I looked for the bill. In the swimming pool. Yeah.
Oh
The
my
only way.
god.
Oh my! I love
think
this.
you're a genius.
Because
Thank you.
you disguise yourself as a journalist. Is that right?
Yes, I'm kind of sometimes a real journalist.
You're just whatever
but
you need to be at the time.
I'm a party attendee, mainly.
Wow.
But not on the guest list.
What is a gonzo journalist?
Gonzo is when you go to an event and you write about how you got in, you write about the buffet, the food, and you don't go in to interview someone, you just show how you got in.
Because you ended up at the Eurovision, didn't you? Is that right?
Eurovision
I
was a
watched
big
that.
passion of mine. I went on stage, I spoke to people.
I saw you doing some busting some moves with some of the acts.
Yeah,
the
that's
Poland,
a video on
they
The
were
Guardian.
teaching you, weren't they?
Yeah, because
I've got a friend of mine. I don't know if you could still do it now, and I'm not recommending that people do it. But I had a friend of mine who was in Cannes in France, and he decided to phone up the most exclusive nightclub in France, in Cannes rather, to say that he was a Daily Telegraph travel writer. And what he did was he then went in. They gave him free champagne or cocktails, all these big bottles of Krug and all this, and him and his mate just got absolutely wasted. And then they said, look. What we also then said was, oh, look, there appears to be a triple VIP lounge. And they said, well, we only allow in Russian oligarchs and Arab royals in there. So he said, well, we want to go in anyway. So they took him in there. He ran up a bill of €6,000, him and his friend. And then they said...
Then they can't kick you out if you have a huge bill, by the way.
Well,
They can't.
Because you need to pay. They can't kick you out until you pay the bill.
So you
So
just stay and have
Yeah.
lots of fun.
Do you
Sorry,
ever pay?
continue.
Do you ever run up huge
I
bills?
do pay. I have many rich friends that I meet in
Do
parties.
ya?
Yeah. That I'm trying to get them to buy the Telegraph so I can be the editor, basically. You
I've
mentioned
got
Daily
to
Telegraph.
spend a night with you.
Can I be your travel writer and run up a bill of
Yeah.
£6,000? But I won't pay it, obviously,
Can I
and
come
neither
to
will
a
the
party
Telegraph.
with you?
I want
we'll
to go
use-
to a party with
Yeah,
you.
can we go party?
I used to crash the Spectator summer parties all the time. I spoke to Theresa May about my immigration status before I became a citizen.
Oh my god.
And-
You are
I can't even
amazing.
get
I
into
said
the
I
whole
was-
house.
I said my name was Toby Young just to get to the Spectator. He is.
That
That's
is
so easy.
You
just
told them you were
brilliant.
Toby Young.
And they
The
believed
people on the
you.
guest list have no idea what's going on. They're not hired by
They
the
just play
Spectator.
properly
Yeah.
into
Actually, I'll be honest with you. That has been a trick of mine for many years.
Oh,
and I
here we
discovered
go.
No, I discovered it when I was 17. Because what happens is you go onto a guest list and the bloke stood there, and what very often happens is you go Walker. Now, as you know, Walker is a very, very popular surname. So they go, which one? And show you it, and you go, that
point.
one.
Yeah. Even if it's an iPad, you kind of like find the walkers.
Doesn't quite work. My surname's Ibrahim. It's not
Well,
very
to be honest with you,
common
that's how I discovered it. But if you
Mm-hmm.
walk up and go, my name is Smith, then they go, oh,
Yeah.
you go, oh yeah, there it is. On
You
that.
should mumble. Never say a clear name. It's called name flopping as opposed to name dropping. You flop
I've got
around.
to read your book.
Fluff
Thank
around.
you. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Name flopping.
Yeah, another great way is leave an
Right.
item in the cloakroom forever, like a scarf.
Yes.
And then use the cloakroom ticket. That's your membership.
That's
You
genius.
can always, it is.
Try it.
You are
It
so
is genius.
amazing.
It's my-
Because you've got the
my
cloakroom
lifelong
ticket,
mission.
they're going to let you in, aren't they?
Nimrod, we've got to ask you, are you going to regularly come back on this show? And indeed on That Was the Woke That Was, and have a laugh with us?
Yeah, I'm happy to come back.
Yes.
Tell you how I wrote my Wikipedia page and other Wikipedia pages.
Oh, so you wrote your own Wikipedia?
I mean, it's a collaborative effort.
Okay, we're gonna have to do this for much longer
Yes.
some other time.
Another time, you're
but okay,
coming back.
look, there is a wonderful play that's just come from America and it's playing in London. And unfortunately, its adverts have been banned by TFL because they feature a cake, and apparently cake is too unhealthy to be put on the underground. We're going to be talking to some of the actors straight after this.